in for America's Golden Dome missile defense system.
I promised the American people that I would build a cutting-edge missile defense shield.
China just released a chilling warning after the US president made an announcement about historical missile defense system, a Golden Dome, which is a $175 billion plan for defense that USA came up. And now the world is in shock because the Golden Dome will make sure that USA has the absolute dominance in air defense over the China, which creates a lot of big problems for Xi Jinping, the leader of this country. And his reaction was very unexpected. So let's explain everything. And you might ask why China is so against this initiative from the USA. Well, the US Golden Dome missile defense system is being built as a game changer, designed to protect the country from modern threats like hypersonic missiles and space-based attacks. Unlike traditional defense systems, this one will work across land, sea and space, using satellites with advanced sensors and orbit-level interceptors to take down threats at every stage of flight. It's a direct response to rising threats from countries like China and Russia, who've been building next-gen missile tech that current US systems can't fully stop. Trump said during his talk with the press in the White House, "I promised the American people I would build a cutting-edge missile defense shield to protect our homeland from the threat of foreign missile attack. This design for the Golden Dome will integrate with existing defense capabilities and should be fully operational before the end of my term. Inspired by Israel's Iron Dome, but taken to a whole new level, Golden Dome is built to cover far more ground and sky. It'll rely on thousands of satellites positioned to track and eliminate incoming missiles from any direction, even before they hit the atmosphere. The goal? A full-spectrum shield that gives the US complete control over its airspace and a major upper hand in future conflicts. Thus, Golden Dome could give the US unmatched dominance in missile defense, deterring enemies and reassuring allies at the same time. But it won't be easy. The system faces huge technical challenges, massive costs and serious geopolitical fallout, because Golden Dome isn't just another missile defense system. It's the first serious attempt at building a global defense grid. We're talking 24/7 satellite surveillance, lightning-fast threat detection, layered intercept capabilities, and AI that can respond in real time. If it works the way it's designed, threats could be wiped out seconds after launch, long before they even enter US or allied airspace. And here's the real shift. If America becomes the only country with full-spectrum interception of land, air and space, every other nation, friend or foe, suddenly depends on US tech to stay protected. That puts the US in the driver's seat of global security like never before. Pete Hegseth, the United States Secretary of Defense, during this White House talk with the press, added, "Ultimately, the Golden Dome for America is a game changer, a generational investment in the security of America and for Americans." From an air power perspective, Golden Dome flips the whole script. Fighter jets, drones, even bombers become high-risk liabilities if they enter a dome-covered zone. They can be spotted, tracked and taken out from orbit. That gives the US not just defense, but total air denial power anywhere it chooses. And in real-world conflicts, that kind of control turns into leverage. Washington could decide who gets coverage and who doesn't, turning the Golden Dome into a geopolitical weapon. For allies like Canada and the EU, getting on board early means a seat at the table and real long-term security. But staying out, that could lock them into second-tier status in a world where the sky and space is controlled by one country. Trump said during his talk at West Point commencement address, "We just set a brand new peacetime recruiting record. The most people joined, and we are brimming. In fact, be careful. Somebody is going to try to take your job. Be careful, you better be good. We're brimming with confidence and brimming with people." Therefore, it is not surprising that this is a big problem for China. Xi Jinping is already sounding the alarm, saying the Golden Dome could militarize space and throw off the balance of global power. Their biggest fear? This system could cancel out their missile threat entirely, forcing them to come up with new offensive strategies just to keep up. They're warning that this could start a dangerous arms race, especially in space. That's why Xi Jinping's China officially warned the USA by releasing a statement that said, "The project will heighten the risk of turning space into a war zone and creating a space arms race, and shake the international security and arms control system." The US Golden Dome project is a direct threat to China's entire defense strategy. And they know it. China has poured billions into hypersonic glide vehicles, advanced ballistic missiles, and space-based launch systems built specifically to dodge or overpower US defenses. But with Golden Dome's space-based sensors and orbit-level interceptors, those same weapons could be picked off early, before they even get close. That kind of tech would gut China's long-range strike game and shake the entire power balance in the Indo-Pacific. If the US can neutralize those threats, China's leverage over Taiwan, Japan, and the Philippines starts to crumble. That's why China's official statement also said it carries clear offensive implications, violates the principle of peaceful use of outer space as enshrined in the 1967 Outer Space Treaty, and will heighten the risks of space militarization and an arms race, undermining international security and arms control frameworks. But that's not the only issue. China's been warning for years about turning space into a battlefield, and Golden Dome brings that nightmare closer. It's not just satellites watching from above, it's kill satellites, real-time intercepts, weapons in orbit. For Beijing, that means one thing: escalation. If the US puts interceptors in space, China might respond with anti-satellite systems, or worse, new space weapons designed to blind or destroy US networks. The risk? A dangerous new arms race where one mistake or misread could spark a real war, not just on Earth but in orbit. And there's a diplomatic price too. If the US offers Golden Dome protection to other countries in exchange for military or trade deals, China could start losing influence fast. Belt and Road partners might shift allegiance if they see more value in US security guarantees. That would wreck China's long-term plan to build global alliances through soft power.